There was a day I didn't do it on water. I did it on whiskey. Now this is Sweet Pie at the piano. Yep, the same naked guy you might have seen 40 to 50 years ago. I managed to become a senior citizen. What I'm going to do for my good friend Todd here, the desert artist, add another little selection of songs to his video library of his visits with me. Today we'll do a few of the songs that were central to my old Sweet Pie show. Start with this one. Now this is a song for all the big women who can hear me. A song for all the big women got a head on them, lets them dig being big. Yeah, this is a song for the big women got off their ass and cheered like hell when Mama Cass kicked the balls off of Hugh Hefner's world. You know, I've been around, and I come around again, and I've been around since. And I'll tell you what I learned. I found out if you use the right position, somehow every shape of woman can be loved by every shape of man. Now, this is a song for big women. It's called Big Women Boogie Blues, and the reason it's a blues is men. You see, a man, he wants a woman when. Now and then, and a woman, she wants a man when. All the time. So you see, men create a blues out of this big woman boogie. And I'm going to tell you just what I mean. I know a real big woman, got a lot of sweet patty cake. I know a real big woman, she got sweet patty cake. She got a great big oven, loves every creamy, every man can bake. Folks call her Tootsie Roll, she sugar every joint in town. Hey, they call her Tootsie Roll, she sugar every joint in town. When you get to the country, buy your candy by the pound. Hey, I want to talk about her oven, feels so fresh and warm. I want to talk about her oven, she'd bring it in fresh from the farm. Hey, too much baking changes you, puts the boogie in the middle. Go, go, go! I love putting my head down on her chest like a pillow. And I love to get stoned and have her put her chest all over me. Yeah, it's like making love with an angel. You don't know what it's like until you've been in bed a week with a big woman. Have you ever been kissed by a woman got 9 inches of lips? Yeah, she just pucker up and she go, mwah! And it splatter all over your face. Yeah, you don't know what it's like to get love till you gotta wipe yourself on the sheets. My babe, she's 5 feet tall, 5 feet wide. My babe, she's 5 feet tall, 5 feet wide. She wear a great big dress, puts 10 men inside. And I'll tell you how she do it. She's a two-sided woman. One side mine, the other side for you. She's a two-sided woman. One side mine, the other side for you. She toss a quarter in the air. Heads I win. Oops. Tails you boogie the blues. Yeah. Most people coming into my bookstore never notice I have a baby grand piano hidden in the middle of the store. It's because it's hiding behind another piano that they never notice in the middle of the store. I hide them because I need the space to sell books, but also to keep people from sitting down and starting to play. It upsets the hammers and dampers. This is a 1925 piano. I am fundamentally the same person I was when people knew me as Sweet Pie 40 years or more ago.
Where was that?
That was all over New England, into New York, New York City, New Jersey, and then coast to coast, north and south throughout Canada. I played in every province but Labrador.
Wow.
I played as far north as to perform for ice road truckers before they were famous. When they just had one hell of a job. They would go to Hay River, Northwest Territory, in late September and wait for Great Slave Lake to freeze over and cut the first ice road to Yellowknife when they would start their ice road trucking further north to the mine. And my gig was for a weekend, and if it was a good weekend, I would be held over until the lake froze over and the ice road was cut. And on that day, some 1,000 trucks and some teams of drivers. There were a lot of people in town until the lake froze over. That's as far north as I ever went. I had 68 court cases based on my right to be me. For 8 years, I was the only male doing a full strip on stage in this hemisphere, let alone country.
Burlesque.
My federal court case opened up the male dancing because my case stressed the Supreme Court decision that there was no gender to law, that I couldn't possibly be doing anything beyond what women have done for centuries. Song that made my show, Fuck 'em if they can't take a joke. According to Rolling Stone.
When did you first play?
I started playing in the late 60s.
That song?
No, that song was written in about 1970, Cape Cod.
Now, what's the story behind that song?
Well, there was a band called Changes. They were a top 40 cover band that played the Marriott Hotel circuit. They stayed in the motel across the street from the nightclub where I stayed in my van. I was the happy hour show from 4 to 8. And then Changes was the name of the band. They came on stage and they would play the dance music and all the top 40 hits and everything.
Sure.
And some old chestnuts and old memories. And they were excellent, just excellent.
Yeah.
And they stayed at the motel. Well, the motel got complaints every night from customers who didn't come across the street to the nightclub, but instead went to bed and couldn't sleep because of the sound of the bass reverberating. And the motel, they could sense that boom, boom, boom. The drummer got blamed all the time. They would complain to the drummer. He came into the nightclub, about 3:30 in the afternoon. I started 4. So my stage had been rolled out into the dance floor with my piano on. Prior to that, I had been outside in a big Mickey Mouse costume waving people in for a happy hour. You couldn't tell it was me, but it added 50 or more cars to the parking lot.
Sure.
So anyhow, he come down, he pushed me aside on the piano, pushed me in the piano stool aside, like a little Richard. He stood at the piano and he goes, "That people fucking piss me off," and he's just banging on the piano, and he says, "Fuck 'em, fuck 'em. They should know it isn't the drummer. They should know." And I says, "Oh, come on, calm down. It should be a big joke."
Right.
That was the impetus for the song. It became the title of my sing-along boogie-woogie anthem to my show. I played it to 1.5 million people in 25 years. I played colleges, ski resorts, beach areas, every redneck nightclub bar with live cabaret entertainment you could imagine. Now what happened with Fuck 'em if they can't take a joke is Bette Midler heard somebody say it. I knew it was catchy. People would say, "Oh, here's the Fuck 'em if they can't take a joke guy." And I would hear them at the bar, oh, fuck you if you can't take a joke, you know. I never thought two wits about it until years after it was published. I read an old issue of Rolling Stone. It would have had to have been...
1970s?
Yeah, it had to have been in the 70s, late 70s, mid-70s, about mid-70s.
All right, I'll see if I...
74 to 77.
I'll look around and see if I can get it.
And she was on the cover, and there was a 12-page feature written by the publisher.
Uh-huh.
And he asked her if, in this interview, if she had just finished the most successful stage show, short of Elvis Presley, in the history of show business.
Sure.
She went around the country for 1 year with a stage show that had a skit in it, she wrote, and used as the punchline the expression, fuck 'em if they can't take a joke. She popularized it, no doubt about it, because that skit was in every performance. The second year, it went around the country again, sold out. The third year, it went around the world. So and she came back a diva. She crossed every line, and she was a diva. And in the interview with her, Jan Winner, the publisher, asked her if she was surprised at the success of her stage show. And she said, I'm not only surprised, but what surprises me more is there are things from my show that are still in pop culture. And Jan Winner asked her for an example. And she said, well, and I'm quoting the article, she said, well, the phrase, fuck 'em if they can't take a joke, comes from my show. Jan Winner's response was, no, Bet, you would have been too young to have remembered a naked boogie-woogie piano player named Sweet Pie who sang that as his sing-along anthem. Well, I never recorded it. Lots of people taped it, but I never recorded it.